This is Abigail Y132. She'll be 10 in March. She's a Henry VIII out of a Kelp cow, S104, who was one of the cows we used to send some embryos over to Argentina. She's one of my favourite looking cows, and she's one of the great producers in the herd. She's had a sale topper. She's also had a couple of cows that are outstanding cows in the herd. A28's one of our great cows. For example, this year she had two sons of 24J in the sale. One went to Millah Murrah Black Simmentals, and the other one sold for $9,000 into a commercial herd. They were a couple of great calves. So this is the sort of cow, for me, she's hard to improve upon. She's got a great udder, it's a great set of feet. She's nearly 10 years old. She looks like she's in show condition. She's had the same conditions as every other cow in the herd, and she looks good herself and always puts it into the calf as well. So if we could have a herd like that, we'd be in business for sure. Okay, this is Y108. She's a Hazeldine Renaissance 10-year-old. She'll be 10 in March. She came into the donor program last year on the strength of her progeny. She's had a couple of bulls make $9,000, and one of her daughters was in the group of heifers that Jim Wedge bought recently. So look, she's not the prettiest cow in the herd, but she's the sort of cow I like. I've flushed her to D78 a couple of times. She's only a moderate cow, moderate frame, very easy bodied, very easy doing cow, depth of body, and that's the style of cow I think that D78 will work very well on. This is Y116 and her calf, a D78 daughter. Y116's a Henry VIII out of a Tamania Kelp derivative. She's a tremendous worker for us. Puts one of the top calves out every year. In fact, one of her daughters is in the group here, B10. She's being flushed for the second time this spring. I try to flush them and get them back in calf in the same period, but she's doing a lot of work. She gave us 12 eggs to Carabar Docklands the other day, and we've reprogrammed her straight away. Some of her results, she's just had her first 5 calves were daughters. They were all retainers. The first bull was the 6th calf. He was a $10,000 bull. She's got a cracking yearling bull in the group we'll see later on. She's just a tremendous worker. She's a typical Henry VIII, very strong uddered, fertile, hard-working cow. I love her. She might be the prettiest cow in the mob, but she's doing such a great job progeny-wise.
Tomo, tell me about B10.
B10's a Crusader of Stern daughter out of Y116, who's in this donor mob now. She's a Henry VIII cow and kelp in the background. B10's got an excellent dinky die daughter, E190, who we might try and get some footage of later on while you're here. She's also got a very interesting RM Ironstone bullet, who's G217, who'll be in the sale next year. He's looking pretty promising. She's got a nice Emperor calf at foot. We did flush her last year to Emperor, and I think we've got 4 ET calves on the ground from her, and I have sold some eggs from her in Emperor, and we'll flush her the same way this time. I think it's a nice balance in the mating. She's incredibly deep bodied, a real Angus type, got wonderful strong Angus head and depth of body, and big volume, big capacity cow. Just could be a good foal. I'm hoping that'll really work, that mating.
Tomo, what are we looking at here, pal?
This is C37. She's one of the 2 young cows in the program. She's a Power Alliance. Her mother, A60's a new level, and her granddam's a P. Fred daughter. She's come into the program pretty on the strength of type. Obviously she hasn't got a lot of calves on the ground yet, but I like the general type. I'm intrigued by the pedigree. It's a interesting pedigree and a little bit diverse. Yeah, she's a very sound cow, got a great udder, great feet, and so we're giving her a go. She's got some potential, I think. This is Abigail C204. another young cow that's come in on the strength of her 2 calves that were in the sale this year. Her first calf got knocked out by NH, was a really nice daughter, female. This year she had the lead-off 2-year-old bull by D78. He was a monster of a bull, but a beautifully made bull all the same. She also had a yearling bull in the sale this year, and the older bull made 9, the yearling made 8. She's got a tremendous pedigree in terms of our female herd. On the top side, she's by a homebred bull A194, who's a Crusader over Y11. Y11's Hingai 469036 cross from the very best flower family. On the bottom side, she's out of Y118, who's an 036 out of S104. S104 is a kelp daughter who was at the background of our Argentine project back in the earlier part of this decade. And S104 is also the dam of Y132, we'll see in a little while. So she carries a heap of our top maternal genetics, and just on the strength of the couple of bulls this year, I thought we'd better get her in there because she's breeding really well.